For all my casual players out there who don't want to watch lengthy guides where every little minute detail of Diablo 3 builds are being described, today we're going to be talking about Whirlwind Barbarian in Season 23, the current season of Diablo 3 that's currently active at the moment of recording of this video. Season is still fresh, it's still a great time to jump into the game, and in this video, hopefully without too much ranting, I will tell you exactly how to build your barbarian and get heaps and heaps of fun from this game right now while you wait for something better, perhaps for World of Warcraft patch 9.1. But we still have a while to go, so why don't we do this instead? Let's do this! Welcome back to the channel everyone, I'm your host Gyro. Today we're talking about Whirlwind Barbarian Season 23 of Diablo. This is a casual guide for people who want it nice and easy. It's a quick and easy guide on how to have fun in Diablo 3, that's it. Why Whirlwind Barbarian? Well, first of all, it's a very fun class to play. It's especially in this particular spec, we can call it spec specialization, yeah? Specs in Diablo, in case you are not particularly familiar with that or haven't played in a long time and would like a refresher, specs in Diablo basically are being constituted by the abilities that you choose as well as the set pieces and sets of armor basically. In the Whirlwind Barbarian case, we're dealing with the set Wrath of the Wastes. This set, and why we're going for this set, other than the fact that it's one of the most fun, if not the most fun way to play a barbarian, or the most fun spec of a barbarian in the game that currently is available, it's because you get this set for free. Yes, you get it for free this season, Season 23. So if you're watching this video far into the future, somehow, please cross-check of what set is being given for free as part of the season journey. Season journey can be seen by pressing Shift-J. We take a look at that, and I'm already at Slayer chapter of this journey, but when you start the journey, you can see exactly what you need to do to pass this chapter of the journey, and it tells you exactly what you're gonna get for that. As the end result of the journey, as I just alluded to, you are going to get a certain specific set of armor. That set of armor with set bonuses of certain pieces coming together, it gives you tremendous power. So this season, Season 23, arguably, Barbarian is getting the best kind of hand is being dealt to the Barbarian, because the Wrath of the Waste set is absolutely OP and you get it for free. Other classes get sets, but those sets arguably are not as easy to play and are not as much fun. That is why we're going for Barbarian, right? Your first and primary goal is to get this set, okay? As soon as you get this set, it has crazy bonuses. So obviously first, like by completing first couple of chapters, you get 2 set pieces. Then you get 2 more set pieces, so you get 4 set benefits, and then the 6, and so on and so forth. The idea of this gameplay and how we're building this barbarian nice and easy way is the fact that you need to understand that all we're going to be doing is we're going to be attempting to apply rend ability, this one, with the rune Bloodbath onto all enemies around us. How we're going to be doing it other than just clicking it manually, because you don't want to be clicking it manually. It's not fun, and it's not fast, and it's not easy, that's for sure. Well, my friends, other than the set itself that you need to make this work, you need one other piece. You need other pieces, but you need 2 main things. You need the set, and you need this item that I have in my cube right now, Ambo's Pride. Ambo's Pride is a sword, and it speaks for itself what it does. Attacking with Whirlwind also applies rend, and total damage of rend that's usually spread out over certain seconds, it is dealt over 1 second. It's condensed, so it's massive. So Ambo's Pride is absolutely mandatory for this build, as well as the set itself. Set you get from the seasonal journey. Ambo's Pride, how do you get that? Here is my recommendation for you. As my leveling guide tells you, you need to do a challenge rift. When you roll a seasonal character, you do a challenge rift. As soon as you've done a challenge rift, you basically, even on a level 1 character, you basically straight away arrive in the game with the possibility to get that the reward for completing the challenge rift. And when you get that reward, you get a lot of blood shards. By a lot, I mean, look, for level 1 character, you get like 300 or something in that ballpark of blood shards. Blood shards are being taken, as you know, in Diablo, because this is not a foundational kind of guide for the game. I assume that you know a lot of things. You go to Kadala. You need to gamble for one-handed mystery weapons. They are a bit expensive, 75 shards per gamble, so you can be either lucky or can be very unlucky. But that is how you can start the thing. If you're lucky, then you will get Ambo's Pride straight away. If you're not lucky, then you're going to get a whole bunch of other materials from the reward for the challenge rift, and you will start doing bounties anyway, and completing bounties in a zone will give you more of those materials that work as ingredients for Kanai's cube, as you know. So what you would do is you would basically get hold of one-handed yellow weapons, and you will try to upgrade the rare item. Use this recipe to upgrade the rare item. It's a bit expensive, but you know, it's a way to do it. It's a way to do it. I'm not saying it's how you need to do it, but basically that's another way to hopefully be lucky and upgrade a rare item to a legendary one-handed sword, Ambo's Pride. As soon as you have it, life is going to become so much easier, and the set and this whole gameplay is going to start working a little bit more as intended. You know, you're going to be basically just whirlwinding through enemies, and you're going to be applying rend to all of them, and they're going to be all slowly dying around you. That's about it. The rest of this gameplay is helped and made stronger and helps you hit higher levels of rifts, higher levels of rifts, and get more rewards, as you get some complementary additional items that complement this build, is what I mean. Among those items, specific things that I'd like to point out to you. So 2 one-handers, Bulkathos' Solemn Vow and Bulkathos' Warrior Blood. So Bulkathos' Oath. This set is absolutely essential to play Whirlwind Barb properly, and this will take you a little bit to farm, a little bit to get to. You can still have heaps of fun and you can still enjoy Barbarian a lot without even having that. But once you have this, life becomes so much easier, because in my experience, in my personal casual experience, I was always running out of fury. Basically, I was always running out of fury while whirlwinding, and running out of fury is death for a barbarian, right? For a Whirlwind Barbarian. With this thing, once you have it, first of all, you move much faster. You move almost half your speed gets added to your natural speed of running around, and fury generation is increased substantially. Until that point, you will be relying on skills like Warcry, Impunity. So that is just something. So well, Impunity is something that I use personally to increase my resistance to all damage types, to make me a bit more tougher, but at the same time it's something that gives you fury and is available on a fairly low cooldown. So that's how I was replenishing fury. In all honesty, right now in this particular build, I already have Bulkathos Swords. I could take it, I could remove it, but you possibly will need to start with this. Other kind of things are mobility things. Leap is just something that allows me to move a bit faster, plus it right now at this stage, when I already have a few extra pieces that complement this build, I have things like Band of Might. Band of Might is a ring that gives you quite a substantial reduction of damage. It makes you much tougher after you leap or after you ground stomp. That also explains to you why periodically I just break my whirlwinding and I leap or ground stomp. That is specifically also in the tight spots where I know a lot of damage is incoming, so that's what can be also done. Now, other kind of skills are honestly for quick and easy, just fun rather than top level pushing of greater rifts gameplay. Other skills are sort of inconsequential. I use Leap for mobility and for situational toughness, for extra toughness. I used Warcry to get some fury back, but not recently after I got Bulkathos Swords. You will need it, and it's shown to you here, because you will not have Bulkathos Swords straight away when you just start playing Barbarian. It is something that you're gonna get later, right? Now, another thing, so I said to you that Ambo's Pride, the sword, is absolutely mandatory for this build, and I believe so. Another thing that is almost as mandatory, but I still rate it as level 2, is the belt called Lamentation. Lamentation Belt, as it says here on the screen, allows rend to stack up to 2 times on an enemy, and it also increases the damage of rend by 115% in this particular roll case. Well, what does it mean? It means that it's not essential to start playing Whirlwind Barbarian and having fun on lower Greater Rifts, but at the same time it increases your damage of your primary damage dealing ability, it doubles it. It allows rend to apply twice as you whirlwind through enemies. It's fantastic, right? So I highly recommend for gambling on Kadala, especially when you start getting more and more blood shots. Maybe you will talk to people in the chat and maybe somebody will allow you to leech off them. You will see a lot of people asking, can I leech? Can I leech? What does it mean? It means that some people who are leveling up their gems and they are running higher rifts, something that is completely out of reach for you, but they very often take passengers. So they often allow you to leech gear and leech extra paragon levels and leech extra stuff if you can just be in their party. Essentially, they will kill everything and you get the benefits. A lot of people do it, it's not being frowned upon as long as you are not just a spammer and that's all you ask and that's all you do. I recommend against it. So ultimately, again, to summarize, very quick and easy guide. Start your seasonal journey, roll a barbarian, do the seasonal journey objectives. It's not very hard to do solo, maybe 1 or 2, like doing a rift, you will need to do with a group of people, but I didn't. Yeah, I did pretty much everything solo. Make sure that, well, good luck to you, try to be lucky to get through Bloodshots, to get Ambo's Pride as early as you can. I recommend rolling at Kadala, like gambling at Kadala early, like at level 10 or something, right? Why? Because if you are trying to do it at level 70, then the pool of different items that you could get from Kadala increases dramatically and it will simply take you a lot longer to get what you need. So in this particular case, the earlier you do it, the sooner you can get Ambo's Pride. Do you know what I'm saying? The smaller is the pool, so there is a higher chance of you getting it. Next thing to gamble for is Lamentation. That's it. Ambo's Pride, Lamentation, everything else that I have here, like Mantle of Channeling, like Ring of Royal Grandeur, completely optional in this case because I'm not even taking advantage of extra set bonuses. Band of Might, Squirt's Necklace, sorry, I thought it's my Squirt's Necklace, it's Kimbo's Gold that I'm using in this build. Squirt's Necklace is a great other necklace that I'm using right now on my wizard, who I will talk to you maybe about in the next video, especially if you're interested in these nice and easy guides without overcomplicating things too much. Squirt's Necklace is something that doubles your damage, but also if you get damaged for 50% more. But if you're using something smarter that bubbles you up, that creates shields around you, that if you play smartly, you can benefit from Squirt's Necklace tremendously, and I use it on another character right now, unfortunately. So all these things are what I think will allow you to enjoy your Barbarian in Diablo Season 23 without overthinking it, without trying to be a pro, without, you know, trying to squeeze out every single last % out of your performance, which is not how I play, and hopefully it's not how you play. I'm only Paragon 400. It sounds like a lot, but people who are competitively pushing those Greater Rifts, and when they talk to you about 120, 150 Greater Rifts, they have Paragon 2000. And that makes a tremendous amount of difference. Don't forget about that. So just go have fun in the game. Like the video if you liked this casual, hopefully not too ranty, it was on point, but there was a lot to say still. Even nice and easy guides, they still have a lot of words to be said. And if you like this, I can also tell you about another really massively successful, crazy popular build of Season 23, which is called Firebird Wizard. It is arguably, if not more fun than Barbarian, then it's competitively fun, except it's a ranged wizard play, and it's very different to Barbarian, absolutely OP. At the moment when I'm playing this game, I farm lower kind of rifts and death breaths and materials on my Barbarian, because I find it a little easier, a little more mind-numbingly simple, just hold Whirlwind and just mow everything down. But when I am trying to push and stuff like that, I actually play my Firebird Wizard, which I find really fun, and very happy to produce a very similar guide for you to talk to you about that if you like. Subscribe if you haven't already. ARPGs are what currently drives this channel forward, while World of Warcraft is in a state of lull, at the very least until patch 1.9.1 that hopefully will come not in too distant future to World of Warcraft, but good luck to us because people say there is still a long way to go. Talk to you about Diablo more, talk to you about Path of Exile, upcoming new season in Path of Exile in a few days as well. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you like this kind of content. Talk to you soon. See you later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye bye.